Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got some spicy clips. Christine Lagarde, I got the IMF, I got some really important people talking about a new world order where cryptocurrency is going to sit at the top. You ready? Let's get into this. All right, from Black Swan Capitalists, I have several clips from them. They've been putting out amazing work. Big shout out to Versan. Please go follow this channel, give them a like, give them some love. Let's get into these clips though, because it's real good.
If we are looking at a new world order that is, as Pippa describes it, decentralized, what does that mean?
Well, first of all, let's take a look at what makes up world orders. The world orders are that a group of countries across the world agree to a set of rules, and they agreed to play by them.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one.
Everyone's been predicting the demise of the dollar for a long time.
And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights.
I agree.
We're going to have digital money, but also this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private. I find it very difficult to talk about the world order that we're coming into, given how very tenuous and unstable the current environment is. In my lifetime, this is the second time that I have seen the superpowers actually threaten the possibility of nuclear war.
All right, let's keep it going, guys. I got more good stuff for you right here. Check this out. Let's get it.
We are really in this massive global competition all over the world for the future of our financial infrastructure. I believe that much of that is going to come from disruptive financial technologies like crypto, like fintech, and the country that captures the talent that's building out these really fascinating financial rails is going to find themselves in the next 3 to 5 years very much at the center of our global financial infrastructure.
I'm really pleased that attention is now focused on the role that cryptos can play.
There are some cryptos that are working with regulators and are working with banks.
I agree.
Ripple would be an example.
Ripple would be an
XRP.
example, right.
Now this is and I can imagine in the next 5 years, instead of us doing sterling against the dollar or sterling against yen and doing these kinds of transactions, we'll do sterling versus Ripple. And the reason being,
Sterling versus XRP is what that gentleman was trying to say.
dollar right now is a 2-day settlement. It's something like Ripple, you could do settlement in seconds.
We are
Something
really
like XRP,
in this.
right? Like XRP. All right, let's keep going. So Christine Lagarde, guys, she's commented. She's met with Ripple before. She knows Brad Garlinghouse. They have been working together for years. They have been meetings talking about this technology, what it would look like. Christine Lagarde used to be the head of the IMF, World Bank. Now she is in charge of the European Central Bank, and they are going to go ahead and decide on a central bank digital currency, the digital euro, in October. And she's already said Ripple and Circle are making waves in this new area. That wasn't her exact quote, but she says maybe it's shaking the ground. I can't remember the exact quote, but she knows exactly who these players are, and I do think she's going to pick one or the other for the digital euro, right? You could do that on Ripple's, on a private ledger. Perfect. Get it done. Let's get it rolling.
What kind of threat does this pose to the traditional banking system?
Well, I think it's, you have
Digital disruptors. That is what she was going to say. My bad, guys.
incumbents, the banks, commercial banks, and you have the disruptors. And clearly the disruptors are having an impact on the incumbents. We just heard a very large systemic bank here saying that they're launching their digital coin, currently piloted in a way within the institutional clients, but to be scaled beyond that. So I think the role of the disruptors and anything that is using distributed ledger technology, whether you call it crypto assets, currencies, or whatever, and it's far from the bitcoins that we used to talk about a year ago, that is clearly shaking the system.
What kind of threat?
Shaking the system, guys. That is what XRP is doing on a global scale right now. And that's why I talk about it so much, because that is my greatest opportunity for extreme wealth in the future. I am not a financial advisor. The last 4 years, I have researched XRP every single day. Even when I'm on vacation, I took one vacation in the last 4 years. I was in the middle of the ocean trying to find internet to connect so I could research. I was jonesing, baby. I need my crypto. All right.
Which together have decided at central bank level to go with a digital currency. So central bank digital currency is coming alive.
Right now, digital currency sounds very edgy and kind of alternative lifestyle, but it's becoming the mainstream. And so the banks, the largest banks in particular, are very aware of this. They're investing in the technology, and they will provide this service as soon as it's profitable enough.
I have the good fortune of being the CEO at Ripple.
This is the chief legal officer for the IMF, okay? I think this guy's name is like Sean or Chris, some white guy name, sorry.
Ripple sells a set of technologies to banks and other financial institutions that dramatically accelerate the ability for banks and regulated financial institutions to settle transactions between each other.
Some say Ripple could be the next. What do you think, Brad? Is that a compliment that Ripple could be the next Bitcoin?
Well, I think if we're solving a real problem and it's at scale, then I think it's a compliment. I think the most important thing that is going on in crypto is understanding what is real and what is just hype.
What is real and what is just hype, guys? The XRP will have a much bigger market cap than Bitcoin. Believe it. It's true. Just wait.
In March of 2023, there was a report by the IMF titled Trust Bridges and Money Flows, a digital marketplace to improve cross-border payments. And interestingly, on page 23, they mention two digital assets, and that's XRP and XLM.
The Bank for International Settlements publishes their money flower. And there is a small space in that money flower for those private cryptocurrencies. So I agree with you that the winners of this have already been chosen.
The winners have already been chosen, guys, right? They're not picking new things that just came out last year or this year, right? Those technologies have not been sandbox tested by the IMF, by the World Bank, by the BIS, right? They're going to pick what they've been working with all of these years. You're going to have Ethereum, you're going to have Quant, you're going to have XRP, you're going to have Stellar, right? Those are what are going to be used in this new digital age, in this new digital economy, okay? And that's why we talk about them on this channel.
I believe so.
Right? And I think that you just named the two that are most likely that. And I think also Wall Street's totally adopted Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's cool and all, but it's not my flavor. It's not my spice. All right, this is Jim Rickards, Mr. Ice 9 scenario himself.
We're going to get to a point, we may be there, where the crisis is actually bigger than the Fed, bigger than the Fed's ability to stop.
So the mess we're seeing in the market is about liquidity. We haven't priced liquidity risk, we haven't priced credit risk, we haven't priced market functioning risk. We are still in the process of pricing it. But what we are seeing happening is liquidity risk. Liquidity risk is being priced in.
If that deteriorates, the collateral base shrinks, liquidity plunges, and markets drop. That's the big risk.
More importantly, I think, is how liquidity, and today, as many in the fintech community know, banks pre-fund accounts. There's almost $10 trillion parked as pre-funded accounts around the world, such that banks can then debit and credit.
Okay, guys, understand this. The correspondent banking system is made up of a whole handful of banks, right? Thousands of banks all over the world, right? The biggest banks, though, are Chase, HSBC, and Citibank. Those three banks have some type of payment rail that is international. Usually 60 to 70% of all payments usually go through one of those three banks because they're just giant conglomerates, right? But the correspondent banking system requires all of these banks to have all of this money sitting in accounts, pre-funded accounts all over the world, and that money becomes stale. They can't use it. They can't put it back into the bank, offer new services, give new loans, grow that bank. And when you have something like Ripple that has ODL, right, where banks could go to exchanges and different places to source liquidity for those payments, that is the future, guys. And that is why we are so focused on this particular asset, because this is what is going to be used on a massive scale. Right now, there's only about 250 million going through ODL per week. Only 250 million. The DTCC is $6 to $7 trillion a day. FedWire, 4.2 trillion a day. Chaps, 1 trillion a day. Swift, 400 billion a day. Canada, 400 to 500 billion a day, right? Those are just 3 to 4 countries, guys, let alone the entire globe. Understand, you are investing in something that truly has intrinsic value that is going to explode like you've never seen before, because it's going to be used on the biggest scale on the world stage, and it's going to sit at the top because XRP is king. Bitcoin, great store of value for the people that believe in it. What else can it do? Not a lot. Okay, understand that. That's why I don't shill you Bitcoin. That's why I don't talk about Bitcoin a lot. Sure, it's going to have a nice 3, 5, maybe 6x gain from where it is in the next bull run, but is that what we're here to do? Is that going to change our lives? Probably not, right? Most of us have maybe a few thousand or a few hundred to invest. We can't even buy one full Bitcoin, but we could buy enough XRP or XLM or Quant to really make a difference in our lives. And that's what's so important, right? That is what we're focused on.
And make those cross-border flows work. We have a product that allows banks, allows financial institutions, payment providers to not pre-fund, thus making that trillions of dollars more active. And we think by doing this, we really do accelerate the global engine of commerce.
Yeah, I'm excited to announce that, this morning, 9 a.m., we announced our newest product called Liquidity Hub. And in 2018, we started sourcing liquidity for moving cross-border payments from crypto exchanges. How many crypto developers do we really know out there that know how to securely source liquidity
and how to use XRP as on-demand liquidity?
Guys, there's 180 currencies, right? Times that by 180, because you have to have the pairs against each other, right? That's 33,000 currency pairs that are going to be on the XRP ledger, and more than that. How much value is that going to bring onto the ledger? Astronomical amounts, trillions, if not quadrillions of dollars, okay? That is what we're waiting for, the big bang. I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for spending this time with me. I hope you learned something. If you want to grow in the space, guys, Cryptonaires is a fantastic place. I just posted on Twitter all of the wins over the last couple months. There was a 10x, a 5x, a 7x, multiple 2 to 3x's, guys. We are showing people how to build wealth in the bear market. Imagine what we can do in the bull market. I'll see you then. Bye, guys. Cheers.